Hello, this is Unit 7 exam part 4. Question 4, I guess. What was life like for Americans during the 1950s? Be sure to describe the major social changes in the 1950s. Well, one part of American culture that changed was the fact that women were now that they have been working for a while during this war outside of the house, and now were being asked to go back. Many of them had already gotten used to working, and thus continued. Another part is children's school and children's life. No longer were children working in factories, or working at all for that matter, due to the new Child Protection Acts and other acts that benefited minors. More acts were made to fund schools in a better way. Another thing that happened was, since the end of the World War II, many young soldiers came back to America to pick up their lives and start new families in new homes with new jobs. This caused many soldiers, of course, to not be able to find a new house, since so many of them were back, and there were not as many houses as there were soldiers. Since now these veterans have money and they want to buy houses, builders since there's a large demand on houses, the cost of houses went up. After a few acts that regulated mortgage rates of houses, the cost, of course, went back down, and builders started to pack houses into smaller areas, since veterans don't want apartments, and regular houses took up too much space. Townhouses and urban homes were developed. The styles that people started wearing during the 1950s differ dramatically from the time before. Before, women used to wear long skirts and used to cover up much more than they did after the 1950s. During the 1950s and afterwards, women started to wear clothes that are shorter and much more revealing and tighter, such as pants, short skirts, open back shirts, things, spaghetti straps, things such as that. Of course, I guess this is it for part 4. We'll move on to part 5 within part 4. The part 5 was, what were the domestic policies of 2 of the following presidents? Be sure to explain the issues. There is Truman and Eisenhower, Truman and Kennedy, and Eisenhower and Kennedy, and I think I'm going to use Truman and Eisenhower this time. Sorry about that. Well, I guess we'll have to finish this part in the next video. See you there.